Ever look at a truck and feel like the badge is arguing with your wallet? That's this one. Ram just brought the HEMI back for 2026 and slapped a 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain warranty on most of the lineup. Meanwhile, the Hurricane Inline 6 is still the new school golden child. 2 engines, 1 brand, and a whole lot of marketing fog. Today we're cutting through it with real numbers, owner realities, and a decision you can actually take to the dealership. Here's the prize I'm putting on the table. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which engine makes you money over 5 years, and which one just makes noise. And yeah, we're talking about the kind of noise that gives you goosebumps at 5 a.m. in a cold garage. First, the villain, half-truths. They always say, the Hurricane is way more efficient. The HEMI is back to save America. Both have a little truth in them. Neither tells you what happens to your bank account when you actually drive, tow, and maintain these things. Let's frame the fight. Ram officially brought back the 5.7-liter HEMI V8 for the 2026 Ram 1500 after owners basically shouted from the rooftops. And it's not just rumors. Orders are open. Power is rated at 395 horsepower, and the thing's real. That same announcement cycle introduced something wild for the segment. A 10-year 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty for most 2026 Ram trucks and vans. Translation? If you're the original owner, Ram just extended the mechanical safety net to a full decade. That's not a blog headline. That's in Ram's own materials. Now the Hurricane side. The standard output 3.0-liter twin-turbo i6 is the numeric assassin. On the EPA label, a 2025 Ram 1500 with the SO Hurricane and 2WD is rated 21 miles per gallon combined. Spec it with 4WD and you're looking at 19 combined. If you jump to the high-output Hurricane, you're at 17 combined and it wants premium. Meanwhile, the previous Gen 5.7 HEMI in the Ram 1500 posts 20 miles per gallon combined in 2-wheel drive and 19 in 4-wheel drive. These aren't guesses. These are the official window sticker numbers. Here's where it gets interesting. Let me show you the numbers. Say you drive 75,000 miles over 5 years. Using today's national average gas price of about $3.17 a gallon, here's the head-to-head. Scenario 1. The YouTube thumbnail comparison a lot of people make. New Hurricane 2WD at 21 miles per gallon versus older HEMI 4WD at 19 miles per gallon. That 2-mile-per-gallon gap adds up to roughly $1,190 more in fuel for the HEMI over those 75,000 miles. That's not a feeling, that's the math. But here's the catch. Apples to apples, 2WD to 2WD, the HEMI at 20 combined versus the Hurricane at 21 combined is only about a $566 difference over the same 75,000 miles. That's still money, but it's not sell-a-kidney money. And if your world is 4-wheel drive, on paper the HEMI 4-wheel drive and the SO Hurricane 4-wheel drive both carry 19 combined. At that point, pump costs are a wash. The only time the Hurricane clearly loses the fuel fight is when you go high output, because the HO not only drops to 17 miles per gallon combined, it also prefers premium. That's a double hit you can feel every fill-up. So the marketing says the 6 is more efficient. The data says it depends on your drivetrain and which Hurricane you buy. That's why we do the math. Okay, fuel is only chapter 1. The second chapter is maintenance, and this is where real owners bleed. The HEMI is old school in a few ways you can feel in the toolbox. It uses 2 spark plugs per cylinder, 16 plugs total. When those plugs are due, you're swapping a small army of them. Dodge's own how-to content literally reminds you there are 2 plugs per cylinder in the HEMI V8. So yes, it's real. The upside? Many owners and dealer schedules treat HEMI plugs as a 100,000-mile service with long-life plugs, meaning you don't do it often, but when you do, you feel it. The Hurricane? Different pain, different timing. Dealer service guides point to spark plug replacement around 60,000 miles. Fewer plugs than a HEMI, but you'll see that job sooner. And the packaging around a modern twin-turbo inline 6 can make simple things not so simple. That doesn't mean it's a nightmare. It means budget time and money for it earlier in the ownership cycle. Always check your VIN-specific owner's manual, but the 60,000 plug note comes up repeatedly in dealer maintenance literature. Let's talk about the big new warranty. because this is the quiet heavyweight in the corner. Ram's 10-year 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty covers the list you actually care about: engine internals, turbos, transmission, 4x4 hardware, on most 2026 gas and diesel trucks, excluding full battery electric. There are two critical fine print lines. It applies to original owners only, and it extends the traditional 5-year 60,000-mile powertrain warranty out to 10 out of 100. If you're the buy it new, keep it forever type, that's real leverage and real peace of mind. If you trade often or buy used, you won't see the full benefit. That difference matters more than a 1 mile per gallon swing. But Joe, if V8s are back, why are we hearing some V8s are banned? Great question, and here's the truth. The 2026 Dodge Durango RT 392 and Hellcat can't be sold in CARB states right now because they don't meet those states' emission certification. That's an SUV example, not the Ram 1500, but it shows how fast regulations can change what's actually on the lot where you live. Know your state before you plan your build. Now, about demand. The second Ram said, HEMI is back, orders spiked. Over 10,000 V8 trucks in the first 24 hours, according to reporting at the time. That tells you the emotion is still there. If you've ever walked past a cold HEMI at 6 a.m., coffee steaming, and thought, yeah, that's the one, you're not alone. But here's the truth you clicked for. Emotion wins headlines. Math wins ownership. So let's build your decision path. I'll keep it simple. If you tow heavy, live at altitude, or crave torque off idle without revving it out, the standard output Hurricane V8 delivers the kind of mid-range shove that makes daily driving easy. At 21 combined in two-wheel drive or 19 in four-wheel drive, it's legitimately efficient for a full-size truck, especially on the highway. Just avoid the HO if you're chasing savings. 17 combined plus premium is performance tax territory. If you're the buy once, keep 10 years owner, the 2026 warranty is your cheat code. That 10 out of 100 coverage turns unknowns into knowns. Engine, transmission, 4x4 guts, big ticket stuff is covered for the whole decade of first ownership. For a lot of families, that's the difference between keeping a truck or rolling negative equity into the next one. If you're a weekend wrench and the sound matters more than the spreadsheet, the HEMI is going to make you happier. You know exactly what you're getting. Small block rumble, proven hardware, and a parts bin the size of Texas. Yes, you'll buy 16 plugs at some point. Yes, real-world MPG equals the SO Hurricane in four-wheel drive and trails by a hair in two-wheel drive. But the value of a grin is hard to price out. And based on those first-day orders, plenty of you agreed. Now, stakes and prize, let's put a bow on your 5-year wallet forecast. Case A, you're two-wheel drive, mostly highway, and you keep trucks. Hurricane SO saves you roughly $566 in fuel over 75,000 miles versus a two-wheel drive HEMI, and you dodge the 16-plug service bill until the HEMI's 100,000 window, while the Hurricane likely asks for plugs around 60,000. Net-net, slight fuel win for the 6. Maintenance timing might even it out depending on labor rates where you live. Case B, your four-wheel drive mixed driving. The HEMI and SO Hurricane are dead even at 19 combined. Your decision pivots to warranty coverage and what your ears want when you roll into the job site. If you can get into a 2026 with that 10 out of 100 warranty as the original owner, that may be the tiebreaker all by itself. Case C, you want maximum shove and don't care about pump prices. Hurricane HO is the speed freak's pick, full stop. But it's thirstier, and it prefers premium. You pay to play. If that stings, you knew it would the second you clicked HO. Here's my personal choice architecture, and I'll make it actionable. If you're ordering new in 2026 and you plan to keep it, Hurricane SO or HEMI both make sense, but the warranty tilts me toward the 2026 model year specifically. If you're a highway hauler in two-wheel drive, the SO Hurricane gets my nod. If you're in 4x4 country and you want the soundtrack, the HEMI is back for you. No shame, no apology. If your budget is tight and you tow on weekends, the SO Hurricane is the safer long-term bet because it keeps you out of premium fuel and matches HEMI efficiency in four-wheel drive. Owners, I want your lived data. Drop your average MPG, drivetrain, two-wheel drive/four-wheel drive, axle ratio, and whether you run 87 or 91/93. Tell me your plug service bill, HEMI 16 plug swap versus Hurricane 60K plug change, and your labor hours. That crowd data is how we pressure test the spreadsheets. Before we wrap, a quick myth check. My dealer said every Hurricane beats every HEMI at the pump. On paper? Not if you compare the SO Hurricane 4WD to the HEMI 4WD. They tie at 19 combined. I heard the 10-year warranty is a gimmick. It's real, but it's for original owners, and it extends the standard powertrain coverage. Read the coverage list and exclusions like any warranty. I'll just get the HO and baby it. You can, but the EPA doesn't grade on intentions. 17 combined and premium is what it is. So, what's the truth? Ram doesn't put on the window sticker. The HEMI is back because thousands of you asked for it. The Hurricane is staying because the spreadsheet says it should. And the best truck for your driveway isn't the loudest one, or even the most efficient one. It's the one that matches your drivetrain, your miles, your gas price, and your maintenance plan. If this saved you from buying the wrong truck for the right reasons, hit subscribe. Next up, I'm road testing the SO Hurricane with 3.92 seconds versus a returning HEMI with 3.21 seconds to see which axle ratio quietly steals you the most range without killing tow ratings. Bring your questions and your receipts.